Hello, how are you? Are you here for another installment of Python loops? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time. You could be doing so much, yet you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we'll try and activate our knowledge of the loops. So, okay, what the task is here? The task is let's code an app that keeps track of tennis games that have been played, and if it reaches 6 games, then they have finished the set. So we have the first variable, we have games are 0. Then set finished, it's false. While set finish is false, increment games 1 by 1, and each time print the function, a string, games played, and just consult how many games have been played. So if games equals 6, in that case, set finish is true, and then please print finished this set. So that's like a loose translation of Python into English. Next. And that's what we are expected to see. So that was the preview. Let's see what we can do, what our first task is. First, we need to create 2 variables, games and set finished. Games will start off with having the value of 0, and set finished the value false. So games will be 0, set finished is false. Easy peasy, because that's exactly what the instructions told us to do, and that's what we've done. So very hard to do that wrong. Possible, and not impossible. We need to continue to count the games until they've finished the set. So we need to go to while loop with the condition set finished equals false. One more time. We need to continue to count the games until they finish the set. So we need to go to while loop with the condition set finished to false. So in English it will be probably said this way: for as long as set finished is false, and then we continue to the next part of the sentence. Increment the game number by 1. So as we loop, we'll increment by coding games plus equal 1. Games plus equal 1 to count how many games have been played. Okay, we've done that. So let's display how many games we've played each time. Display translates print. And do we need f-string for that? Use the formatted string and print statement to display, yes. So f games played, we'll consult the number of games, close the bracket. Brilliant. And then we write an if statement that uses if games equals 6. So if games equals 6, I am not very comfortable with purple throughout the condition. That shouldn't be that way. If purple is fine, But then I would expect different colors for this, for games. Yeah, and for 6 is orange. Yeah, okay. And you know what? It will change when we get to the next screen. I think it will change. You see? That's what I wanted to see. I wanted games in white and the integer in orange. Too much to ask? I guess yes. Since a set consists of 6 games, we need to update the variable setFinish to be equal to true. So, if games equals 6, then setFinished is going to be updated to true. Next, we'll have the output. Okay, once the while loop has finished, we need to display is translated to print always finished this set. We don't need an F string here, but just a normal string finished this set, exclamation mark, close quote, close bracket, finish the set. Done. Okay. And that's congratulations message. We are not particularly interested in reading that. We're just interested into moving on to the next exercise. Well done for staying with me. What do we have here? We have 3. Yay! Well, we could have gotten 4, but we have got 3. Good stuff. So we have one more frontier for loops, which we are going to take. Are you with me? Do you have coffee? Do you drink coffee? How much? How many cups? How much coffee? I drink black coffee. No sugar, just black. Espresso. Or Americano. And technically Americano is watered down espresso. So I make 2 shots of espresso and add half a cup of water, and that's my first cup of coffee. I'll tell you more later. Okay, next. So how many times will the code in this code block run? So we need to print qualifying positions. For each I in range 5, print I. I want to say 5, but I forgot this. Lesson. So don't go anywhere. I'm here. I'm just gonna try and do it one more time and all. So what I am going to do here, print first. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly the same condition, but I like that. I like to follow the rules. Sometimes qualifying positions. Okay, that's print. Now for every index in range 5, and I want to print I. So remember, I suggested that it'll be 5, but it's pretty kind of obvious because the options is 1, 5, and 3. So where would we get 1 or 3? We get 5. and I got it 0 through 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's exactly what I got on my terminal. We'll get there. Let's see what happens next. What's wrong with this code? Okay, I like this type of questions. Those are very useful. So we go through the code. For index in range 1, print welcome to the jungle. For index in range 1, print we've got fun and games. The code blocks only repeat once. Nothing's wrong with this code. We can't use 2 for loops in a piece of code. Well, first of all, we can use 2 for loops in a piece of code. And the code blocks only repeat once, which is okay, I'm guessing. So I would say nothing is wrong with this code, but then I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and do it on the terminal again. Okay, don't go anywhere. I'm with you. I'm talking, I'm typing. You could hear me typing. For I in range 1, print and then for I in range 1, print games. So I don't think there is anything wrong with the code. My terminal also tells me that there is nothing wrong with this code. But if I press the nothing is wrong with this code and we lose the heart, and by we I mean I, will go and play Pokemon, okay? Okay, we don't have to go play Pokemon. Yes, nothing is wrong with this code. And I promise for our next tutorial, for our next training, it's not really a tutorial, right? It's just helping me go through the loops. I'll get the terminal on my phone, so you'll see my trying to figure out the answer before inputting it into this app, Mimo. So, okay, nothing's wrong with this code. I'm very happy. Complete the for loop. So, for every I in range, I want to do this 3 and this. Print testing upload speed. I'm going to try it on my terminal one more time. For every I in range 3, and I want to give it an instruction. Print what? Testing. Yes, and I'll have testing upload speed printed 3 times. What is the name of the counter variable in this code? Print 0 to 4 for repetition in range 5. Well, the counter variable is repetition, right? Yeah, there is no I here. Oh God. Yeah, some questions are very interesting. So here we need to assemble the for loop so that print Wonderwall is inside the code block. So we'll start with 4. Are you happy? For every index in range 0 to 1, print Wonderwall. What is Wonderwall? Assemble the for loop so that print Wonderwall is inside the code block. What is Wonderwall? What does this code display in the console? I need to know what Wonderwall is. Oh, some bases. Oh, today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't know the tune of the song. Okay. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Okay. What does this code display in the console? For every I in range to 3, print Polly wants a cracker. Yeah. Okay, now this is kind of... Okay. No comment. Why is the code of a for loop easier to read than the code of a while loop? Why is the code of a for loop easier to read than the code of a while loop? Well, it's arguably... I don't think for loop is easier to read than while loop. I prefer while loop, actually. Okay, but let's answer the question. The company is based in Berlin, I think. Okay, because we can specify, and the company, I mean Mimo, are they German? And just ask the questions. Why is the code of a for loop easier to read? Somebody decided to ask their question, one of the developers. Probably it's for them it is easier to read, but it doesn't mean that for loop is easier to read for every Python developer. Let me get back to the question. I don't want to argue with the question. Why is the code of a for loop easier to read than the code of a while loop? Because we can specify how many times we want the loop to run. A for loop always means less code, while loops are always easier to read than for loop. For loops. Okay, this is like... I don't understand. Okay, it doesn't make... Why is the code of a for loop easier to read than the code of a while loop? Okay, I start from the bottom. While loops are always easier to read than for loops. I don't know. A for loop always means less code. That's not true. Well, again, I have only one heart, so if I choose the wrong answer, and those seem like all like not very good answers, the question doesn't seem very good either. So, but I think probably I choose because we can specify how many times we want the loop to run. Yeah, okay, I don't want to comment on this. Okay, let's attack this question. Inside the for loops code block, add to the line variable by using the plus equals operator. Inside the for loops code block, add to the line variable by using plus equals operator. Okay, print asterisk is a string, line equals for I think that's what's required of us. Print string, line is quotes for every index in range up to 4. Line will be equal line plus, is it tilde? And print line. I'm going to try it in the terminal. Okay, print line for I in range 4, line print line. Oh wow, it looks so pretty. It's like not a bunch of tildes. Okay, let's see. That's exactly what I got. Oh, nice. Oh, this is a nice piece of code for posterity. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Which variable is the counter variable of the for loop? Line 0 for I in range 3, line plus equals line plus I. Which variable is the counter variable for the for loop? I. How to specify the number of repetitions we want for a loop to complete? By adding a number inside range, by creating a counter variable. We can't specify. Okay, so obviously the last option is not a good answer. How do we specify the number of repetitions we want a for loop to complete? By adding a number inside range. Okay, we have time for one more. Yeah, one more. Okay, let's do that. Oh, we've done everything. Oh, that's strange. I thought we've just done that. Okay, let's move to organizing data, grouping data in lists. This is a new lesson, so I've done that lesson before, but not for a while, so I forgot what it's all about. I should not be forgetting the things. And that's where you come in. You're helping me tremendously. Thank you. What is the smallest number of values we can store in a list? 0, I think, because we can have an empty list. And then we could add things to it. How many values does this list have? What do you think? Yes. I create a list storing classic and dark mode. Does it look good? So obviously the list, the arrays, they have square brackets and there are commas in between the different attributes of a list. Yeah, okay. And we use brackets, square, to assign an empty list to plants. Okay, where's the brackets? There you go. How do we create a list with one value? We can't create. Yes, we can. We place a value between the brackets. We place a value after the brackets. So here we go. What do commas in a list do? Yeah? Use a comma to store another string in the list. Okay, how do we know our list is empty? Happy? Assign a list with the value feed Claudius to the to-do variable. Happy? Claudius. Here you go. And we need to display, which translates to print. Yeah? Good. Where do the brackets in the list go? Well done. One more time to make sure we have the lists covered. What's wrong with this code? Winter sports. I don't see anything wrong with this code. There are square brackets. There are commas. Yay. So let's complete this code. Okay. Happy? Good. Code an empty list called card. So that's the list. Which of these lists has one value? Agree? Code the value Dali into the cubist painters list. He's surrealist actually, he's not cubist. No, I'm not a huge fan. Although I have a reproduction of his in my flat, which I probably need to sell. Not a huge fan, as I said. Dali into the cubist painters list. Yeah. Which of these lists is empty? Delivered. Yay. Code scores list with one value. Yeah? Good. Make the groceries list even longer by coding juice. Well, first we need to put a comma. Then it's a string, right? So we put a juice. And here you go. Okay, what's wrong with this code? And of course, you can probably see straight away that the square brackets are missing. Yeah. bristlecone pine, Aleppo pine, grey pine. Bristlecone pine. Okay, you've been a treasure. Thank you for helping me with this. I hope you're well. Stay warm. Don't go outside too much, this virus, whatever. Oh, be good. Subscribe, comment, like. Be good. Bye-bye.